Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk about the most important component of my system that made the biggest audible difference. This is also the cheapest, the most affordable component that you can see on my audio rack, and I'll try my best to describe what it does and why you might invest in something like this. You've seen this mysterious device in most, if not really all, of my videos that I have posted in the last year and a half. Its name is KECES IQRP-1500 and it's an isolated quantum resonance power conditioner that powers everything you can see on my audio rack, yes, including the power amplifier. KECES currently makes 3 power conditioners and I have the one that sits in the middle of their lineup. It goes for $2,300 or for 2,400 euros here locally. And let's check what's the fuss about it and how and why it made such an audible difference. The new IQRP series has undergone several changes compared to its predecessors, like the BP series that I have tested a while ago. The first thing you'll notice is a well-made and thick CNC machined case that will shield it against wireless interference. The metal work is flawless and the unit looks like a serious piece of HiFi equipment. Its feet are of very high quality and will effectively nullify unwanted vibrations and resonances. Please don't be mistaken by its smallish appearance because this is quite a heavy unit, coming at 15 kilos or around 33 pounds. On the front panel, besides the on-off button and 2 LEDs that will show its working status, you can also see 2 displays that will show the incoming mains voltage in real time for the respective filter zone, Zone 1 and Zone 2. I live in a flat and it's interesting seeing a much more stable mains voltage at late night, and if you ever had this weird feeling that music sounded better at night, then you were 100% right, as there is less mains pollution and of course a clearer power that your audio components love so much. On its back you can see the new gold-plated sockets made in-house by KECES and 2 output zones. Zone 1 is connected to a smaller 300 watt linear transformer that is suitable for things that don't consume that much, like DACs, like streamers, like turntables. And Zone 2, on the other hand, is connected to a much bigger 200 watt linear transformer that is suitable for everything else, including integrated and power amplifiers. In my case, I use 5 sockets powering everything you can see on my audio rack, and a single power cable is connecting the power conditioner to the wall. Last but not least, the IEC socket that connects it to the wall is not the regular C14 socket that supports up to 10 amperes in Europe and 15 amperes in the USA, but a much more desirable C20 socket which supports up to 16 amperes in Europe and 20 amperes in the USA. This socket type is crucial, especially if you plan on connecting integrated and power amplifiers that consume so much more compared to the rest of the electronics. KECES calls it isolated because we have 2 linear transformers that are not interfering with each other, so Zone 1 is not interfering with Zone 2. That is very important, so channel crosstalk is not really an issue. We have a massive 1200 linear transformer and of course a much smaller one. The big one is encapsulated in a metal enclosure, so forget about all of those pesky wireless interference. And that smaller 300 watt transformer, it's located under that Schumann PCB board that you can see with the naked eye. KECES also calls it a quantum resonance power conditioner because they also included a Schumann generator that you can see after removing the top cover. This circuit generates a resonant frequency of 7.83 Hz based on the discovery by the physicist and electrical engineer Winfried Otto Schumann, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. According to his words, there are standing electromagnetic waves all around us with certain frequencies that, in combination with the Earth's surface, form a spherical shell-shaped cavity resonator. The fundamental and strongest frequency of these electromagnetic waves is exactly 7.83 Hz. This oscillation is below the audible range for humans, and with it the Schumann generator of the IQRP-1500 is designed to generate a field that, according to KECES, makes all electromechanical components oscillate in unison. This improves coherence and also timing. According to KECES, this pleasant low resonant frequency takes the enjoyment of music in the listening room to a new dimension of well-being. Now, I cannot say for sure if my well-being is improved or not with this Schumann generator, but I can say for sure that there is quite a substantial difference when everything is connected to this power conditioner and the music starts playing. Unfortunately, I do not have any devices that will measure the electrical difference with or without a power conditioner or the sonic difference. However, I can use my own devices, my ears, and tell you if there is a sonic difference with and without a power conditioner. First of all, you need to know that I've been using this one for more than a year and a half, and not only with my stereo equipment, but also with headphone gear as well, so with headphone amplifiers of all sorts, tube amplifiers, solid-state amplifiers. We've integrated in power amplifiers as well, so what I'm going to tell you is actually a very long testing window. Subjectively speaking, the sound gets considerably sweeter, much more smoother, much more natural. Everything is pouring so easily and so naturally. The vibrations are longer, the noise floor is lower, so you can hear a little bit more music coming from your speakers, from your headphones. Everything is clearer, but at the same time even more natural, more real sounding. So forget about things like grain, digitus, listening fatigue, because it single-handedly removed all of that. So I'm not sure if that Schumann generator is doing any mambo jumbo at all, but I'm no longer hearing any kinds of listening fatigue, brightness, digitus. Those things are no longer happening in this room. So I've been comparing, with and without this power conditioner for a few weeks, I believe, and after that I simply left it in place and play because the difference was actually quite substantial, and I didn't want to go back to that raw, unpolished sound. So yeah, it's that. For a very long time, literally for years, for more than 10 years, maybe even 15 years, I'm trying to improve my system to be more enjoyable, more fun sounding, while at the same time removing all the glare and all the listening fatigue. When I've graded my DACs to Wavedream Signature by Rockna, my streamer to Wavedream Net by Rockna, I felt that the sound was considerably clearer, but also more engaging and without any kind of listening fatigue. When I've graded my preamplifier and power amplifier to Chord Ultima 2 Pre and Chord Ultima 5 power amplifier, I felt that the dynamics improved considerably. So everything was a lot more fun sounding in a way, while again removing some of that glare and listening fatigue that I was still getting from those benchmark HB2 power amplifiers. But this KECES thingy, which is considerably more affordable, made actually a bigger difference than all of those components combined. So I don't feel that I have upgraded my system or that I've changed or I made some big changes in my system. It's still the same system, but the noise floor is going down and you can simply hear more of your music, more intricacies, more layers of sound, a bigger sound stage in a way, a more 3D sound. Everything is simply more refined and less raw and uncontrolled. When you have dirty lenses on your smartphone and the pics don't turn out that great, well, I have exactly the same feeling when I'm removing the KECES from my system and the music gets dirty and not as refined. I'm not sure many of you know, but I am a dynamics junkie. So yeah, I like when the bass is slamming pretty hard. I like when electronic music is kicking me in the nuts. I like to smile, to toe tap, to headbang when music starts listening. So yeah, I'm always moving my limbs, my feet and my hands when music playing, especially when I like it. So every single component that you can see on my rack was chosen to provide me the highest dynamic range and simply the highest fun factor. So everything you see was chosen for this particular reason. Of course, it's a very technical sounding system. I have lots of resolution, but the fun factor for me was more important. And when I'm reviewing something and it's not sounding like what I like, dynamic, lively, then I'll be returning it back. And that's how I've returned plenty of components, and that's why I didn't review that as SNSL SHX, by the way. So moving forward, There are several power conditioners that don't work that well with integrated and with power amplifiers, mostly because they have smaller linear transformers and they simply cannot power a bigger linear transformer. It needs to be the other way around. So that's why I didn't use my Ultima 5 from Chord with the KECES power amplifier. However, after meeting the KECES team at Munich high-end audio show last year and this year as well, they actually told me that I need to use the Ultima 5 directly with the KECES power amplifier on the Zone 2. And that's exactly what I did. The Chord Ultima 5 already has 5 power supplies inside, but those are switching mode power supplies and maybe those are draining less current compared to, a big power amplifier with a big linear transformer. So maybe this is why it works so well with the KECES power conditioner, but immediately after connecting that Ultima 5 to the KECES power conditioner, the bass, quantity and quality went up substantially. So it's really difficult giving you a number, but I'd say about 20 to 25% in terms of quantity, so more rumble, it went deeper, it was punchier, and quality-wise it went up by around 30% or so, so it was more layered, clearer sounding. There was simply a much more clear, much more refined version of the bass that were coming from those loudspeakers. So in the end, the quantity and the quality of the bass improved. And when the bass is considerably tighter, you can hear more of the mid-range, more of the treble without stressing yourself too much. So yes, even the resolution improved with the KECES power conditioner. Removing the noise floor from the system is improving the rest of the frequency response, as I have mentioned before. However, the bass is improving more compared to the mid-range and the treble, and the difference is again quite substantial. There is another cause and effect, that is how clean and how layered is the music with the KECES power conditioner in place. So when you remove all of that clutter, unwillingly you want to go a little louder with your music because everything is simply clearer sounding. So I have observed that on average I'm listening by around 5 to 6 dB louder with the KECES power conditioner in place, as opposed to without it when I'm going lower on the volumes because the sound is not so refined and not so clean anymore. I was listening to the newest album by David Gilmour, Luck and Strange, an album that I wholeheartedly recommend, and right off the bat the removal of the noise floor made me hear more of my speakers, more of the album itself, the smallest intricacies were now much more defined, and a hair sharper sounding. It's interesting to hear the sounds much easier without focusing or closing your eyes. With the KECES in place, the music is not stressing me like at all. So I'm in peace with the universe and nothing is really out of place, congested, muddy or raw sounding. On the contrary, the sound gets clear, tight, defined and controlled. The vibration of the guitars became closer to a live event and the vocal cords were also aligning with the real thing, as if this wasn't really a recording anymore, but a live event I participated in the front row. When I moved to electronica, where timing is crucial and crazy dynamics are mandatory, there was a feeling that my speakers became faster sounding, in sync with machine gun-like notes of Igor, Chemical Brothers and The Prodigy, even Polyphia aligned in time and space, getting coherent and exact with every beat. There is one more thing that I wanted to discuss with you, and I'm not sure I will ever review audio cables on this YouTube channel. It's not that I do not believe in cables. I do believe in cables, but I'm not sure you are ready to accept the fact that audio cables can make a big difference in your audio system. This big difference, it can be good or bad. It's not always good, so that's why system matching exists. Anyways, what I wanted to tell you is that if you're already thinking about this KECES power conditioner or any other power conditioner, then you should know that the most important power cable in your system should be powering this power conditioner to the wall. This part is extremely important because every single component will be powered by this cable, and this cable needs to be of a higher quality than usual. Wrapping up, I don't want to mess with your head too much, so if you don't believe in clean power or balanced power conditioners, then you don't need to invest into something like this. Go shopping, go traveling, it's really up to you. However, if you believe that clean power is crucial to unlock maximum performance out of your system like I do, then I will heartily recommend some balanced power conditioners, not only this one, but there are many others. As for me, I'll be upgrading this one to the next in line, to IQRP-1500, not because I want that, but because I need that, because I'll be upgrading my Cord Ultima 5 power amplifier to Ultima 3 monoblock power amplifier, so 2 pieces, and IQRP-1500 cannot power 2 big monoblocks, so that's why I need the biggest KECES. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed my review. Get subscribed because I'll have some cool videos coming in the following weeks, no hints. Until then, I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.